Hallelujah. Greeting you all. This is Garang Lowell. Yes. Hello, everyone. I would like to say hello and welcome to the live video with. It's not live actually, but it's a podcast and another video, another discussion with Garang Lowell. As you all know, and I always say that we are in a journey of making the world a better place. So we are here to discuss another topic along the same line, which is the meaning of life. Because if we are going to make the world a better place, we need to understand, I believe, in my opinion, what is the meaning of life. I would like, first of all, I would like to say hello to all my family, friends, fans, influencers who have always supported me by watching my videos, sharing them on their networks, and giving me honest and constructive feedback on how to continue improving. I would like to say thank you very much, and God bless you, and I encourage you to continue so that we together can make the world a better place. All right. I thought about this topic. Of course, there are so many authors, so many scientists who have thought about writing and talking about the meaning of life, including Viktor Frankl. He's a very famous author who've written a lot of articles and books on the meaning of life, and so many others as well. So I thought it is a very interesting topic because we live in a society that is complex, that is very, very progressive, and very challenging sometimes. So I thought by discussing this and writing about it will give some people inclination and understanding what is the meaning of life. What does life really mean? Okay, so with any further ado, and let's continue. So the meaning of life, to my understanding, it is like there was a time, when we are taught or we are trained that in order to make it in life, to be successful, as a child from early years, you need to go to school and to study and proceed to university or college, study, obtain a degree, a good degree that will help you get a good job, or maybe go to a college to obtain a trade qualification, that will help you as well get a good job, such as mechanic, electrician, plumbers, and those jobs that you could do technically. And then once you have a job, you will be motivated and inspired to set goals and earn some money and saving them in order to achieve those goals, to make your life better and comfortable. For example, if you wanted to have a good car, a nice car, of course you need to save some money. If you want to have a good owner home, or take a wonderful vacation, or get married, you know, have kids, have a business, yeah, all these goals, they will not just happen, but they take money and they has to be planned. So that's basically, that is the modern life, and many other goals and ambition. And then after that, you know, maybe you wanted to get married to one of the you beautiful peasant. If you are a beautiful girl whom you have been dating, if you are a man, or a beautiful or handsome man, handsome man whom you have been dating and falling in love with, if you are a girl, and have a wonderful, a memorable wedding, and a marriage and a family relationship that will last for a longer time. For other people, you know, they might not be ready to get married or settle down because they wanted to wait a little bit longer to accumulate enough money for a lavish wedding, or to raising the kids, and yeah, and so forth. Depend on the short terms and long term goals in one's life. But sometimes, you know, life can go very quickly, and the years, because time waits for nobody. Because if you are not quick enough to be able to prepare quickly and to plan ahead, you know, you may realize that actually you have gotten old, and there's some things that you have not achieved and accomplished in life, and that's it. Life has ended. So without meaning and without a purpose, without having achieved any tangible goals or objective. So that's really what draws me to discussing this. So what is the meaning of life? Is it, yeah. So sometimes, yes, but for some people who are planned and prepared, yeah, this is not an issue. But for some people, this can be a surprise, and there's nothing you could do about it but to surrender to life circumstances, defeated and disappointed. Okay, so that is brief introduction into what life really is in our modern day. But on the other hand, human life is estimated to be, on earth, is estimated to be 120 years old, according to my knowledge and what I have read according to the Bible and other historical literature and books. You could actually, if you know better than that, you could actually correct me or give me some feedback if you have any other estimate. However, the reality is that some people's lives live short while others are long. So 120 years, this is what is being written on the books. But do you think actually many people around the world, do they live up to that age? Obviously the answer, not. An average human lifespan or life expectancy around the world is between 80 to 90. and only a few people who are lucky and blessed enough to reach 100 and beyond. So that is basically human life, human lifespan on Earth. And the world, according to scientists and many people who have read and written a lot of books, it has been estimated that the Earth has been around, or the civilization, let's say, has been around for 6,500 years. Of course, there is a world before that, but there is no collection or any knowledge before that. But the world that we know before Christ and after Christ is estimated to be 6,500 years. Okay, so, but the reality is, or the mystery is, that some people live to be hundreds and beyond, while other people die even as infants, because death have no barrier, have no limits, have no age, have no status, it is a reality that is faced by both old and young, by rich and the poor, by male and female, by educated and uneducated. So, the question is then, what is the meaning of life? Is it just to live forever? Which is not possible, because death and cessation or ending of life is inescapable, and a reality that everyone must confront or face at one moment in time. Therefore, what do people do in lifespan that is given to them by God and the Creator to make life exciting and meaning? Okay, so if death is inevitable, it's something that we cannot escape, and people cannot live forever, but only live for a short period of time here on earth before they depart earth. So what is the meaning of life? What do people do in this moment before they leave the world? Is it just how can people take advantage of the present moment to prove their existence and validation on earth before they leave the world? Is it just to eat, sleep, be safe, and survive? Or is there any more to life than meeting the basic fundamental needs and wants of life, including drinking, eating, clothing, and sheltering? For instance, one of my motivational speakers and one of my highly respected, successful American businessmen, his name is Brian Tracy, defines success and the meaning of life as the ability to live your life the way you want, doing what you like, and enjoy, surrounded by the people you love and admire and respect. So, according to Brian Tracy, the meaning of life is to attain tangible success, which is the ability to achieve your desires, goals, hopes, wishes, and aspirations, as long as they are positive and they are helping you and other people around you. So that is Brian Tracy. On the other hand, the meaning of life to Stephen Covey. Stephen Covey is an author of The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, which I have read and is full of great ideas, and I recommend you as well to go and read it. He referred to he referred to the beginning of with the end in mind. So Stephen Covey, one of his 7 habits, especially being proactive, which is the first habit, he said actually as an individual you have to imagine and envision the life you want, beforehand, before you realize it. So Stephen stated that the end in mind habit is to develop a personal mission statement or philosophy or creed that focuses on what you want to be. That is a character. In other words, Stephen Covey defines or describes the meaning of life as improving yourself and what you want it to be as a person in terms of character, personality, qualities, principles, beliefs, and value that you wanted to have. He also referred to the meaning of life as what you wanted to do, contribution, that is what you wanted to contribute to yourself, to your family, to your community, to your country, and to the world. So, and what you wanted to have in terms of possession. So this is Stephen Covey. There is another author, his name and motivational speaker as well, Zig Ziglar, defined the meaning of life is to have some goals and aspiration that includes more better friends, more personal and professional growth and success in terms of having a better health, more money, more happiness, more security, more leisure time, opportunity for advancement, more peace of mind, more true love, the ability to be more competent and contribute to your family, your community, and the society at large. So this means life can only be meaningful when there is a purpose, vision, life goals, and aspiration to achieve, because they will keep people engaged, occupied, and busy working to achieve and fulfill them. We can extract the meaning of life from those 3 authors and 3 highly successful American businessmen, that the meaning of life is to have a purpose, to have a vision, to have goals and ambition that you would like to achieve as an individual or as a group or as a family, that they will keep you engaged, occupied, and busy working to achieve them and fulfill them. On the other hand, when there is no purpose of life, goals to achieve, keep people active and busy, life can be boring, dull, and meaningless. So this to explain that if you do not have life goals, what you're working on to become, what you're working on to have, to possess in life, or what you are contributing to your family, to your community, to the society in terms of material, spiritual, and financial. Life can be meaningless, can be void, and boring and dull. For example, the Bible states in Proverbs 29, verse 18, this is the Bible, where there is no vision, direction, people suffer, people fail and cease to live because they are living aimlessly with no purpose and meaning in life. So Bible is one of the historical and spiritual and religious books that is been written for Christian to refer to and to guide them in life. So it's full of wisdom, it's full of knowledge, and it's full of good life example. So it's been said that when there is no vision, when there is no direction, people suffer, people fail and cease to live because they're living aimlessly with no purpose and meaning in life. This is exactly what those three authors, and those three American business men has referred to. So, in other words, the Bible also is full of great ideas and wonderful knowledge and wisdom to gain from. So, if you are not a Christian, yes, I recommend you, or if you are a Christian who does not read your Bible, I encourage you to read it. If you are not a Christian, maybe it is a time to pause and think, whether you have a book that is similar to the Bible that Christian and the Jews have. All right. So, therefore, those who have goals and plans in life and the discipline to achieve and succeed they are blessed, they are healthy and wealthy. So if you have goals, if you have plans in life and the discipline, because it requires discipline, hard work, and commitment, dedication to achieve your goals and plans in order to be successful, to be happy, to be healthy, and eventually be wealthy, because it takes everything requires money, and if you do not have money, you cannot achieve much. Consequently, not having a vision, purpose, direction in life means failure, tragedy, confusion, destruction, and cessation of life, or any negative thing you could think of, because God created human beings for a reason and a purpose. So what does tell us, if you're watching this podcast, it means that if you do not have a purpose, if you do not have a vision or a direction or a goal in life, that means your life is heading for failure, confusion, tragedy, destruction, and your life will quickly and swiftly cease to exist, because or anything negative that you could think of, because it is a belief of many people around the world that we humans are created by God, for a reason and a purpose, and that reason it is to do positive and good things, including succeeding, being happy, being healthy and wealthy, and contributing to the society. All right, remember we are discussing the meaning of life with Garang Kon Lual. Okay. Therefore, it is an individual responsibility to discover their life purpose and work toward achieving it. So, it is your responsibility as a person to discover what is your purpose, what are the goals that you wanted to achieve, what you wanted to do, what you wanted to become in terms of character, profession, personality, what do you wanted to possess in terms of material, good clothes, cars, houses, businesses, you want to travel, to see the world around in terms of money, in terms of friends, all these things are goals to have. And then what do you want to contribute to your family, and the community and the society around you, and make that life and make the world a better place. Because the Bible states that God does not just want people to have a purpose, but they must write it down and make it clear and understandable to everyone who may want to be a part of it and help achieve it. Yes, if you have a vision, if you have a purpose, if you have plans and goals in life, that is so great. That is the meaning of life. That means you will be motivated, inspired by those plans, by goals, to work toward them and achieve them. But it is also important because it it can easily be forgotten. So it is very important to always talk about your goals, about your plans, about your aspirations. Share them with your family, your friends, and the people that you trust. And write them down as well, so that people can see that this person actually is going somewhere, has a purpose, has a goal. So this is the Bible as also advising that. For example, there are countless prosperous family relationships, profitable businesses, ever-growing church ministries, academic achievements, and sustainable and successful careers that have been envisioned, planned, and attained because they have been carefully written down and thoroughly planned and implemented. If you wanted to get married and have a family and have children, if you want to establish and operate a business, if you wanted to establish a church ministry, or to achieve academic, you wanted to achieve academic success in school, college, or university, or you wanted to have a vocation, anything, any goal, you must write it down, share it with other people, so it become clear to other people, for other people to know that this person is living for a purpose. He wanted to achieve something. Don't just leave it in your head, or yes, I understand that there's some people, when you share your goals, your ambition, your purpose and your plans with them, they will straight away become envious, become jealous, and work against you. This is in some cultures. It is happening in some cultures where people are fighting, are competing against each other. But in the world where there is love, there is respect, there is fairness, there is freedom, justice, it is not a big deal. It's not a problem to share your goals, your plans, and your ambition with others, even to write it in your diary, in your journal, and to put it in your house, to refer to it and to reflect on it and see it every day of your life, and that reminds you. But there's some other people who do not want the idea of sharing your plans and goals and purpose with them, which is very wrong. And if that is happening in some communities, in some societies, I think that is really it's not a positive thing. And I encourage those people who think like that to stop that kind of behavior and attitude. Instead, they should encourage, they should help people achieve their goal and even become a part of it if the goal of a person or a purpose or plan is big enough to accommodate a lot of people. So, and the reason also why people share their plan and their purpose with other people. It is to be a part of it, to contribute if possible to that goals and to that vision and aspiration. All right, I think we have come to the end of this discussion. This is part 1 of making the life, of the meaning of life, as a part of series of making the world a better place. I trust you guys have been blessed and inspired and encouraged about this video podcast, and I encourage you to continue share along your network and give me some constructive and honest feedback so that we can continue to improve.